All right, welcome back, guys. This video, we're going to be going over from start to finish how to get your metrics tracker set up and rolling. This will be kind of a one-time thing you have to do, and then when using our Chrome extension, it's just going to automate and pull in the data for you on a daily basis. But this is kind of the after where we want to get to by the end of this video, and let's go ahead and start from the beginning. I would recommend highly you download the Chrome extension first. It makes it a heck of a lot easier. You can upload your data monthly or weekly or manually if you want, but I recommend using the extension to automate it. So just download the extension and you're going to click in the task dashboard and click up setup scheduled reports. It's going to open this up here. Depending on the market that you're in, this link may be a little different, but essentially you're going to go to the Amazon report page, which looks like this. On the sidebar, you go to measuring and reporting sponsored ads reports, and you basically need this link here that includes your ID. So it may say switch from entity if you have multiple accounts. Don't include that, just it'll be after the question mark entity ID. Copy that entire link, paste that guy right here. This date should auto set 2 years in the future, so I would just select all of these and also create the 30-day reports. All right, hit create scheduled reports. This will take just a second. So you should get a successfully created your reports. You can get out of this now and go back into your ad reports. And if you don't see the reports that just got auto created automatically, just go up and click on the sponsored ads reports and it'll reset kind of the default sort. So you should see some scheduled reports and then the ones that are one time. The one time are to bulk import some of your data. All right, so now if we go over to the task dashboard, we need to create our core tasks. So what I like to do is open up two windows side by side like this, and then you'll click on the create core tasks, and then you need to have set up a brand profile in metrics. So you can see I've already got this demo ink created. If you don't have one created yet, this splash screen actually won't be here. It'll prompt you to create a brand profile. The other entry point, you can come up here and click on create new profile. I already got mine created on this account, so it's not there, but anyway, create that and then refresh your Chrome extension. All right, so you may have to close Chrome and reopen it after you create your brand profile, but you should see your brand in here. All right, so I'm going to choose this one. Okay, so scheduled settings, this is the time that it's going to run and pull the data into SkuHero. You can also download a copy of your data and save it to your local PC at the same time if you want. There's some settings here you can configure, but these are kind of the default settings that are set up right here. Also, this link here, while I'm thinking about it, you have to turn this off if you want the save as window to not pop up. Okay, this time needs to be a little bit after the scheduled times here. So you can see when I ran this, it was about 5:30-ish. But yeah, this is just going to run every day at the same time. So you want the run time here we're setting up the tasks. So you want these to be after. So I'm going to say 7 a.m. All right, so I just changed that to 7. All right, I want it to run every day. If you didn't want it to run every day, obviously toggle off the ones you don't want. Okay, and then pretty basic after this, you're just going to come in and fill in the blanks. So the traffic report, this is for all your organic plus ad sales. So it's like your business report metrics. This link for the US accounts is this one. And you can look up these links too. So if you're not logged into Seller Central, you'll have to do that one time. And if you check this box when you go to log in, it'll keep you logged in for like 2 weeks straight. And then if you install the extension in the browser that you're usually in Seller Central, I never have a problem with like losing my session, because this extension, it's basically all it's doing is just downloading your data for you. So it's kind of like a VA helping you download your reports on a frequent basis. And then if you choose to upload it to SkuHero, it'll automatically do that as well. All right, so I check this and log in. The child ASIN report is this link right here. Now, again, you don't necessarily need to go and open these. Just if you're in the US, it's going to be this link right here. But if you're in another market, you might need to go and just double check the actual URL. So that's the URL. For your inventory, this one's an optional report, but I'd recommend it. It brings in your images and a lot of helpful data. That one's your main inventory dashboard here. You'll hit get accounts if you have multiple profiles, and make sure you choose the correct account. All right, and then obviously the correct marketplace. Now the advertising is pretty easy. This should be all the reports here that are scheduled that you need to import into this section. All right, so there's a sponsor SP report ID. That's the sponsored products advertised product report. It's a daily last 7 days. So just right click on this link, paste it right there. Sponsor brands, copy, paste, sponsor display, copy, paste. SPIS is Sponsor Products Impression Share Report. So that's up here. That's going to be a last 7 day daily. Copy, paste. Sponsor Brands Impression Share. Copy, paste. And the placement report is right here. So that's SPP. Okay, next, if you want to use the advertising tools in SkuHero, I'd highly recommend you use the bulk ads downloader. That's going to download your bulk files on a frequent basis whenever you want. You do need to go into the bulk file page. If you click on campaigns, it's kind of hidden, and then it'll be right here. Just click on bulk operations. All right, this is the URL that you need, including the entity ID. So paste that in there. And then I would recommend when you're getting started, do 30 days. And then go ahead and you can turn these on. You can hit show advanced. This is the most common configuration here. If you did want to include paused campaigns, you can do that as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the configuration I roll with. You can hide that. And then this is going to be all of the tasks that we've set up to run for us in the extension. Just make sure you keep your Chrome profile open. Don't like close your computer or turn it off. And then yeah, it'll run in the background and upload all of your data. One other report I forgot to mention that you can set up at this time is your search query performance. That'll set a task to every Monday will download your most recent week's worth of data. And that's for our search query performance tracker, but it's not really part of metrics here, so that's why I didn't mention it. But yeah, you just put in your list of ASINs and then that'll create that task for you. All right, so we've just set up all of our tasks in the extension. We're going to open that up, go to the dashboard here, and you should see them all grouped under your brand profile. Now we're going to import our initial set of data. Again, you're just going to want to give the PPC reports a little bit of time until you see all of the icons here show up. Then you'll know that they're ready. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes or so for the first time. But then going forward, as long as you have the SkuHero tasks that actually export and upload your data, if you have those set up to run after your Amazon scheduled reports, then you should be good on kind of a go forward basis and you don't have to do anything. I'm actually going to change a setting here real quick just so you can see it. So I'm going to, instead of skipping the local download, I'm going to go ahead and just toggle that off. And then I'm going to make sure this is set to off. So you'll see the files actually download to my computer while this runs. And then if you don't want that to happen, you can just turn that off in the future. All right, so here we go. I'm going to click on this and run all, and you should see they're going to queue up here and just run in series as if somebody was going and manually downloading these and saving them for us. So there you go. And if you refresh your screen, you can see that the times will update here. So 46, refresh, 7. So it's just going to buzz down through here real quick. It just takes a minute or so. All right, perfect. So they all ran. Now I can come back in here and refresh metrics. And then when you refresh the screen, you should see data for the last 7 days at this point, if you did it right. The last 2 days of your traffic report up here that has the sessions, that may not be filled in. Sometimes Amazon does not attribute the last day or so with that. So there's always kind of an overlap. That's why we do the last 7 days, because it overlaps and then deduplicates the data. So it's always got the most recent values as you go. So now you should have your task dashboard set up for moving forward. If you want to go back at this point and import the last 30 days, so you kind of have a history to start with, that's where your 30-day files that we downloaded off the initial core reports we set up. So if you go in and you've got a ton of reports like me, if you go to filter status and then just no reports scheduled, And then you may have to click this button here once. It'll put it kind of in the default sort. They should be right at the top. So you can see last 30 days, you got advertised product, you have sponsor brands and sponsor displays. So those are the three you would want to download. So just click on these little links and it'll download them. And then also hop over to the traffic downloader here and just download a one-time, so you'll pick your brand and then download a one-time 30-day file and do append each day. Click on download, and then that'll download to your downloads folder once it's done. All right, I've already got one downloaded. I'm going to hop back in here, and then what you'll do is just go to import data, drop files, click on that, and then you'll have in here the traffic report and then your 3 ad reports. Just select all of those. All right, make sure they're tagged correctly. They should auto tag based on the file name, but sometimes they get a little messed up. So just double check that, hit upload 4 files. And that's it. So once you get this confirmation, you know you've got everything set up properly, all the data populated, you don't have any errors or anything. If you don't see the top campaigns show up, just refresh your browser. Now you can see that, and going forward, you'll have all of your scheduled reports set up, so you won't really have to do anything. There is this section too that you can come in and kind of sync on demand if you think for some reason it didn't sync, or you come up here and you hover over and the data freshness shows like a couple days ago. You shouldn't have that happen if you have things set up per this video. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. And in the next few videos, we'll be going over metrics and showing you there's a lot of additional advanced reports you can import. This core video we just went over just goes over these up here at the top. So depending on what you're wanting to track and trends, you'll want to potentially import some of these other advanced reports, but it's the exact same process. You're just going to basically be adding more tasks here to your sequence, and that's what these other tools kind of help you do. So I will talk to you on those videos. Cheers.